Today is the 20th of November. We start with supplier management lecture, and we're gonna talk about forward this make or buy thing from a three perspectives. The first one is the business strategy, second one is the risk being taken, and third one are economic factors. Okay, so having this said, we start with the first one, business strategy. Okay, here we need to take into consideration the attractiveness of the product, needs to be evaluated. From always a customer perspective. So when you make the decision to make or buy, always look at it from the customer perspective. Okay, so you need to look at the criticality of the product, for overall business success. Okay. You need to look at the industry dynamics, and competitive positioning. Of the company regarding the product. Okay. So when you have a process, let's make like a little decision tree. When you have a process or a product, is this process strategic? Strategic. Okay. If the answer is yes, if it's strategic, well, no, first we need to ask the question, of course, sorry about that. The core question would be like, do we have a future competitive advantage or emerging technology? If the answer is yes, then the product is strategic and we should make it. If the answer is no, then it's core critical. And we can ask, is it core critical? And then if the answer is yes, we say core. This depends to make or buy, depending in order to ensure capability. Remember what we talked about last week of capacity for overall, okay? So if the answer is no, then we ask another question. Do we have pre-existing commitments with suppliers? If the answer is yes, we can renegotiate. If the answer is no, then in both cases, it usually is best to outsource or buy. Okay? So here, if we mark, let's say, make with the red and buy with the blue, that's what we have. Okay, so this is our decision tree. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question, but it's not exactly to this, but it's to the last week's exercise you gave us.
Yeah.
I tried to calc that through, but I didn't quite get it. Like, my results weren't what I was hoping to see.
Yeah, the best thing is that you send me the exercise per WhatsApp and I can give you an answer.
All right, okay.
Because, yeah, that's the best, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions to this content? No?
No.
Good. So
No.
if you decide to make, what it's important here is from a strategic perspective to take into consideration that in-house differentiates the product, always from a customer perspective, okay? Capability used for this product has synergies across the business, or supply market is hostile, let's say it's controlled by suppliers or by competitors, sorry, or you need to push the technology into the market because some other competitor has it. In case you decide to buy from a strategic perspective, you need to look at the process or the product is not attractive or hard to find. Let's say it is hard to find workers that can do it, or you have strict environmental regulations that make it difficult to make it yourself in your country, or the product or process are not critical to end products, or marketing efforts or the supply market is suitable for building close partnerships like if you want to win new suppliers for other products. And if suppliers are willing and able to meet innovation needs. So this is from a strategic perspective what needs to be taken into consideration, okay? Make sure you look into it for the exam. Any questions?
Nope.
No, it's all clear, thanks.
Yeah, so it's some theory. I guess it's logical. So the second point is the risks being involved when you make a make or buy decision. Okay. So the first one is there availability of alternative sources and switching costs. You need to remember that supply chain networks are dynamic and subject to change all the time, okay? So think about supply market risks like political stability, or exchange rate, or look at transportation risks, let's say lead time has a direct influence into quality. Think about Little's law. and any supply chain disruption. If you use local suppliers, then you can be very flexible. Think also about intellectual property protection. Okay. Risks include lower quality derived from all this, supply reliability, and reduced predictability of outsourced products. Compared with in-house ones. Okay. So there are risks inherent in the process of identifying and selecting the right supplier and structuring a workable relationship. Okay. So when you look at make, let's use the same color coding as before. Make. What makes you decide to make is few or no alternative sources of supply. So if no one can do it, you have to do it. If there is a high supply market risk, okay? Or if you have imperative short lead times. Okay, so you need to have a quick response on demand due to process imperatives. In this case, you always make, okay? Or if there is a sensitive intellectual property involved. Okay. What risks? What does risk have to do with buy? Well, in this case, you buy when your hold up risk is low or sufficiently managed through contract or business relationships, or if you have low switching costs and accessible alternative sources of supply, or if uncoupling supply with demand has little or no impact. Sometimes you can do that by building up inventory in between. And of course, if, as above, if there is no sensitive intellectual property involved. Okay. More questions?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then we have another one. A third one, a third strategic factor, which is called economic factors in plural, okay? Another strategic pillar, if you want to call it. So, when you have a relative economic and operating performance, advantage. Let's say, can you scale up the business by letting a supplier maybe in China produce your product? Can you increase utilization? But can you use your machines or your people more effectively? Do you have reliability of suppliers you can trust your products with? Are there cost factors? Are there quality issues? All that stuff needs to be taken care of. At the end of the day, what you need to calculate, the capital requirements, and financial returns, which is nothing but a break-even analysis. Okay. And how do you do a break-even analysis? Well, break-even analysis. This was asked last year in the exam, so that you know. So you have some parameters. Okay. The total cost. And of course, this is a super easy example. You have the variable cost, BC. You have the fixed cost, which is FC. The fixed cost equals the total cost minus the variable cost, or otherwise said, the total cost is equal the variable cost plus the fixed cost. Maybe easier is to say it like that. Okay. So when you go and do that, what do you have? Or when you go and look at these parameters, what do you have? You have a, let's say, this is time. Okay. So your fixed cost is fixed. So wait, let me, like this. Your fixed cost is fixed. So this is the euro. The fixed cost, you go and say this is the blue one, okay? Here you have the blue one, and this we call fixed cost, okay? In blue. Fixed cost in blue. You cool? Then we have the variable cost, which is going to be variable. Okay, so just a line. Okay. So we have this variable cost right there, just like that. And the we have the total cost, which is the sum of them. Okay. Better than time. I mean, this could be time if demand is constant. Let's put here, this is number of parts sold units. It's kind of better. Okay. So we have that. And then we have our sales. Which is another line here. It goes like that. So this is our sales. The number of units that we sell. Here, this thing is red, okay? This is the total cost. So you cool so far?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is your break-even point? Here, we use another color, dark blue. This is your break-even point. And this is your break-even sales. And this area here, what is this area here? The difference between what you have a total cost before your break-even point and your sales. What is this? Hello?
Not sure, but it's initial cost as well.
It's kind of your loss, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So you have some cost, and then you have some sales, you earn some money, but you have still a loss, okay? Until you get to your break-even point, where you start what? Doing what?
Yeah, at the break-even point, you make profit.
Profit, very good. So from there on, you are making profit. Is that cool? So basically, because this is a line in where the sales and the break-even point are going to be, let's say, intersecting, the number of sold units for it is just a fixed cost divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Okay, and this is the formula of that point. Okay. So this is one thing we asked, or I asked last year, or I guess the previous to that last year. And in order to get it more clear, let's make an example, okay? So a firm buys a product for €500 each. Okay? In case they make it, the fixed cost is €400,000, and the variable cost is €300 per unit. Demand is 1,500 units. Let's say you sell everything that there is in demand, so make or buy. Okay. So what's the break-even point? Applying above formula is, sorry, I forgot here, 1 0 more, it's 4 million. 4 million euro. The fixed cost divided by 500 euro per unit of selling price minus 300 euro per unit variable cost. This is 20,000 units. So since the demand is only 1,500 units, less than break-even point, the company should do what? Hello? 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 Anybody there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What should we do? Buy or make?
Buy.
Buy. Why?
Just calculated.
What?
I just calculated it.
No, why? Why? Yeah, but why? The demand is less than the break-even point. So what happens?
Well,
let me do it graphically. Okay. You have here your fixed cost. Somewhere you have here your variable cost. You have here your overall cost. You have here your sales. So break-even point is by 20,000. This is units, okay? We're cool, it's the same as above, right? I need you to say yes or no.
yeah.
Not only you,
Yeah, that's
Yanis,
clear,
also the
yeah.
rest. Yes or no?
Yeah, it's
This
clear.
is the same. So now we are here. Demand is here. Right? So we are moving ourselves into a loss area. This is the loss area of the curve, okay? We will not achieve the break-even point with only 1,500 units. So what should we do? We should hello?
We should buy because we will be in loss if we produce on our own.
Yeah, so we should buy the product. If we make it, we lose money. Maybe some supplier doesn't have that many fixed costs, okay? And they can do it. And their break-even point is less than 1,500. Okay. This makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you need to internalize this, okay? This is important. It's usually asked in the exam. So if you want to make, from an economic perspective, what needs to be taken into consideration? Internal cost advantage. See break-even point, okay? So investment meet ROI requirements. Return on invest is measured in time usually. Less than, whatever is less than 24 months is just not on the table. Okay? If you want to buy, let's say you make the break-even point analysis, okay, of course. Supplier has less fixed cost. Or better quality. And major new investments in-house are required. Or supplier has lower ROI target. Or you have insufficient in-house skills or are difficult to acquire. Okay.